agriculture, weather, crops, nature, and many, many more. These are commonalities found in two continents that were once thought to be one unit: Africa and Latin America. The world is intricately interconnected and relies on global value chains to bind us together across borders. Education undoubtedly plays a crucial role in facilitating global interconnectivity by imparting shared knowledge and skills, shaping attitudes, values, and behaviors, and fostering understanding, empathy, and social cohesion. Representing the higher education community in Africa, the Association of African Universities, the AAU, Africa's apex higher education body with a membership of 440 universities spread across the continent, signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Universidade Federal do Rio de Janeiro, UFRJ of Brazil, to promote collaboration between African and Latin American universities.
Education is the key to changing the world. Ladies and gentlemen, today, Africa needs a change that will lead to our greater development within the continent. And it's been found out that higher education is critical to Africa's future and development. It's the beginning of another new journey. In the past, we've collaborated with the North, but today we are emphasizing the need to promote South-South-North collaboration. We want to connect African universities to other universities in all parts of the world. The Association of African Universities that I represent, as you heard in the clip, is the apex higher education organization representing over 440 universities in Africa. We pride ourselves as the voice of higher education in Africa. AAU is committed to promoting quality higher education in the continent, and to be able to do this, we need some strategic collaborators. I want to appreciate this university for agreeing to collaborate with Africa.
The MOU signed on Thursday, 25th April 2024 empowers the UFRJ as a representative of the AAU in Latin America to coordinate academic exchanges, cultural exchanges, peer learning, language acquisition, research collaboration, funding opportunities, and equity in access to higher education between both continents.
A Embaixada da Ciência e da Educação Superior Africanas para a América Latina. A nosso querido UFRJ.
The African delegation to this historic mission to Brazil was led by the AAU Secretary General, Professor Olusola Oyewole, and accompanied by the AAU Partnerships Manager, Mr. Ransford Bequin. Other members of the delegation included Reverend Professor Samuel Hibbert Donko, President and founder of All Nations University Ghana, Professor Wahab Igbewole, Vice Chancellor of University of Ilorin, Nigeria, Professor Isaiah Wakadinki, Vice Chancellor of KCA University, Kenya, Professor Pedro Magalhães, Vice Chancellor of Agostinho Neto University, Angola, Dr. Simone Moura, Vice Rector, Academic, UNICED Open University, Mozambique, and Professor Shivanka Barros of Instituto Superior Politécnico de Tecnologias e Ciências, ISP Tech, Angola. At the UFRJ, the delegation visited the Center of Health Science, the Center of Technology, the Center of Philosophy and Human Sciences, the Institute of History and Institute of Philosophy and Social Sciences.
We need to build a new future for young people, both in Latin America and in Africa.
the Innovation Center.
This is mathematics and natural science. That's where you were, the tech center.
And the Center of Mathematics and Natural Sciences. At all these centers, the AAU Secretary General hammered on one key message: South-South-North collaboration.
We are looking forward to following up beyond here and to see that, one, instead of collaborating between Africa and their colonial masters imposed in the past, it's high time we look beyond Europe, look beyond USA, and look at Latin America. African institutions are more or less cooperating or doing research and other with their colonial masters. And we've not got that other opportunity of cooperating beyond that sphere. Now we see that we are not neglecting the North, but we feel that it's high time the South-South-North collaboration should be encouraged. We realize that for so many years, universities in Africa have been collaborating with universities in the North, and especially with those who colonized Africa many years ago. Unfortunately, we've not been able to have connection to universities in Latin America, and this is quite disturbing. We believe that it's time for a change. And one of the things that my organization is doing is to connect universities in Africa to other parts of the world.
The signing of the MOU was a grand occasion on the calendar of UFRJ with a high-powered delegation from the University and Ministry of Education. The African delegation expressed their opinions on this new chapter between Africa and Latin America universities.
Professor Isaiah Wakindiki. I'm the Vice Chancellor and CEO at KCA University in Kenya. I was here this morning together with a number of us, Vice Chancellors from across the African continent, and we were led by our Secretary General of the Association for African Universities, and we were here to establish a regional office at the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro in Brazil to open up partnerships between South-South linkages in terms of all matters of university education, and it was actually an eye-opener to me, I would say. It brings in a new era in terms of collaborations, because we are used to the North-South kind of partnerships. South-to-South partnership brings in new phenomena of, for example, language. The language of most of Latin America is Portuguese. So this brings in not only a challenge, but I see an opportunity to exploit, because there is a lot to discover which is hidden in languages. In Eastern Africa and much of Africa, we are either in French or in English. So we want to say that I'm glad and I'm grateful that I participated in this collaboration. Thank you very much.
The African adage that says, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with others. I believe that coming here gives the opportunity to collaborate with other institutions, and be it private or public. We need to work in partnership with others in order to realize our dreams, and also to give opportunities to the faculty for research and student mobility and all of that. So I believe that coming here is profitable, not just for me, but for all private universities as well. Thank you.
My impression of today's event is that it has a very great potential for uniting collaboration at the level of academic between the Latin American continent and the African continent. It also portends opportunity for the two regions to collaborate and see how we can synergize to ensure that our researches, our training, our community engagement is enhanced. And of course, it is my hope that the Association of African Universities will walk this talk by ensuring that critical steps are taken with a good work plan to ensure that the MOU translates into action.
So what I'm saying here is that much of Africa is either Francophone, Anglophone, in other ones they speak English or French. What I see here is an opportunity to expand within the Portuguese-speaking territories. For me, I see it as an opportunity. Remember the story of two people who went to Africa from Europe to look for a market for shoes. And one of them sent a report back in the factory that Africans don't put on shoes, so let's not waste time. Then the other manager said that in Africa, there's a lot of opportunity because people have no shoes. So depending on how you look at it, I want to say that having Portuguese territories that are not yet so much into Africa, these are new frontiers to expand our knowledge generation, our innovation, and the partnerships, collaborations within institutions in Africa. What I recommend is for African institutions and universities now to start language centers where they can prepare students for higher degrees and research in Latin America. By the time they come right from our universities, they have at least this language skills so that they can start exploiting research opportunities in Latin America.
The wrap-up of the Brazilian mission was the signing of another significant MOU between the AAU and the Universidade Federal Rural do Rio de Janeiro UFRJ for enhanced collaboration between the UFRJ and African universities, particularly in agricultural development. Education is a trailblazer of development, and with the establishment of the AAU Latin America office at UFRJ in Brazil, African and people of African descent are now more than ever ready to pursue a common agenda of academic, economic, social, and cultural immersion as one people with a common destiny.
In 5 years from now, I would be very happy to see fresher young people getting empowered and embracing this initiative with their own ideas, their own agenda. Maybe sometimes we would not think of things that they would be able to develop now, given that the transformations of the world. But in 5 years' time, I would like to see some of our undergrad people, even some people who are at the school level right now, engaging with this initiative.